What would you do if you lost more than 90% of all your work from the past several weeks? How about losing all your work on 2 of those projects, with each containing more than 500 drawings? How about losing all your hard work on a project that was supposed to be a surprise gift for someone just before it was ready for presentation? I'm Daniel Stephen. I aspire to create films and artworks that are unique and artistic, that each frame or art is awe-inspiring and stands out from the crowd. At the time, the iPad 3 was my only creative device. Having lost 3 major video and art projects in their entirety on it just before they were ready for presentation, I was devastated. Those projects were to represent my creative style and vision. While it is in my nature to keep several backups of my work, the file system issues that iOS is known for prevented me from accomplishing this. The only way I could back up my projects would be to make a full backup of my iPad, which would require 60 plus gigabytes for even the slightest of changes to my projects, and over 2 hours to complete each backup. Due to this, pretty much every tech center we've taken my iPad to, one of which was a 40-minute trip to the Apple Store in Nanuet, have said that the data is irrecoverable. Despite the unfortunate circumstances, I determined to use whatever I have to keep my talents and dreams alive, and expand on my other interests so that I would be ready for my next project. Drawing on my iPhone was not easy at first due to the small screen and limited options, but as I continued, I learned to work within the limitations and develop new skills in the process. Among these were the study of human faces and personality traits, both of which are very essential for good and lifelike character design. My life got very busy after I joined college, which meant that I no longer had the time to draw like I used to. So, I put my projects on hold, with hopes that I would be able to continue them when I had time. In the meantime, I would use the little time I had to brainstorm for my projects. These projects, of course, included the projects on my iPad. As I continued to formulate different visual storytelling techniques in my mind, a thought hit me. Why don't I test some of these ideas with my college assignments? I was working on video and photography projects after all. This thought encouraged me to use my college projects to expand my talents as I worked hard to produce my best work. Before I knew it, I was no longer confined to the limitations of my circumstances. Instead, I was using the situation to my advantage. Even though I could not continue the many projects I had been working so hard to complete on my iPad, I learned that as I continued to use what I have to further my creativity, my skills and talents would evolve in a way that I probably wouldn't have, had I finished my projects as planned. This 2.5-year break from the video and art projects on my iPad gave me an opportunity to hone my other creative skills and formulate fresh ideas for completing those projects, as well as enhance my process for creating new projects. Because of all of this, I am very confident that I will in time recover and complete those lost projects from where I left off.